Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of My Opinion On. So, in this week's episode, we are going to talk about democracy, and what I think about democracy, and what I think should improve, and so on and so on. If you want to have your topic in this weekly series, just leave it in the comment section below, make it serious, and yeah, there might be an episode about it. So, we're talking about democracy. So, the basic idea of democracy was that, you got a group of people, maybe a couple of thousand people, and they have to make decisions. They can't just live all on their own, so they have to make decisions that are the best for their group. So because of the fact that everyone has their own life, everyone has their own stuff to care about, they just decided to dedicate one or two persons basically just to to take care of all the stuff that is related to the whole group, that will benefit the whole group. So you voted those guys, and they just took over, and they just, were there to improve on all the stuff that needed improvement and to manage all the stuff that needed to be managed for the group, as I said, for the greater good of the group. And in time, this idea kind of got, into something that we got today. So, for example, in Germany, we have it like that. We vote for a specific party. We can vote for, I think we have two votes. Yeah, we have two votes, but it's kind of hard to explain that, so I won't do that. But yeah, we basically vote a party, and those parties go into our government, and they will vote the chancellor. Is it called chancellor? The chancellor and the president. The chancellor is basically the guy that has all the power. The president is just the guy that, keeps smiling on camera, and he's signing the laws. That's just his only thing he does. And the chancellor basically runs the whole government. So yeah, so as you can see, we don't vote the actual, the actual most powerful guy in our country. We don't do that. And that's kind of a bad thing if you think about it, but yeah. Oh, and we don't vote the actual guys that will go into the government. We don't vote John Smith to be in the government. No, we vote one of our parties. We got a lot of parties, not like the United States. They basically only got two for some reason. But yeah, you can basically divide them into the right wing and the left wing. So Republican and Democratic, yeah, Democratic wing. So yeah, we have those parties. They are all scattered out there. You can vote them, and if two of them, most of the time it's two of them will win, one of the very big ones and the smaller one, and the two of them will build a government. So basically your vote doesn't count that much if you vote for one of the smaller parties, and if you vote for one of the bigger parties, you're basically guaranteed to have at least, a chance at getting someone to the government. But yeah, whatever. So you're voting those parties, and those parties, they will, get all the guys they want to have in the government. So you have no control over that at all. And that's my first problem with democracy. And the second one is, have you ever heard the phrase democracy is the dictatorship of the stupid or the dumb, whatever? I think you call it the stupid. And that's kind of true, because I don't know, maybe 70 to 80% of the people living in basically every country, I think, they have no idea of their country's politics and the policies and why they run the things they run the way they do and stuff like that. They have no idea, and they just vote the guys or the party that their parents vote or that their friends vote, or for whatever reason they vote. But they are uninformed idiots, basically. It's hard to say that like that, but it is like that. Most of the people that go to vote are uninformed idiots. So they are voting, so we have a government that will do stuff we don't want them to do, basically. So yeah, uninformed people get to have a chance to vote for the government. And that will only lead to the thing that they, as I said, they will vote the guys that their parents vote, or their friends, or that has the best stickers for their cars, or the brightest colors, whatever. They won't vote because they are informed or they know what they're voting. They just vote the first thing that comes to mind. And the thing is, and that's a very, it's a stupid trick, but there are studies that prove that people will vote, that people are most likely to vote a specific party the more, on top it's written on the, on the voting poll thingy, I have no idea how they call it, but on that paper. So the higher up a party is, the more likely it is that it's get voted. It's basically the same thing with Google, for example. If you Google something, you are very likely to click one of the first 3 links, not one of the below ones. And that's the same thing for voting. You will vote one of the first 2 or 3 parties. You won't go down all the list and vote the last one. You basically don't do that unless you're informed. But most of them are not, so they will just vote the first 2 or 3 parties and that's it. That's why democracy doesn't work. And I think I might do a follow-up on this, so if you have any kind of questions or opinions, please leave it in the comment section below. And yeah, rate the video if you enjoyed it. That was it for this week's episode of My Opinion On. I'm iLostLink, signing out.